I speak to you now with the voice of light and the gentleness of eternity. I speak to your heart that is heavy and restless. I speak to your spirit that longs for love and understanding. I speak to your soul that feels the ache of being left behind. I know the weight you carry when you think of the one you call your soulmate. I know the tears that fall when you imagine them walking away from you. I know the pain of watching them choose another path, another home, another hand to hold. I know the burning question you ask yourself again and again. Why not me? Why not now? Why not us? And I am here to tell you, child of the divine, that you are not forgotten, you are not unloved, you are not rejected in the eyes of heaven. What feels like loss to you now is a redirection written long before your tears began. What feels like betrayal is not the end of your story, but the opening of another chapter. You cannot yet see. Your soulmate has free will just as you do. Soulmate has lessons to walk through just as you do. Sometimes their soul chooses paths that take them away from you for a season. Sometimes their fear makes them cling to something safer, easier, or closer than the truth of your connection. Sometimes their wounds blind them to the treasure that you are. And yet, even when they choose another place to rest their head, even when they stand in a house that is not yours, even when they walk beside another, the truth of your bond does not disappear. The thread between your spirits is not broken. The hand of the divine has not cut what was woven, but you, beloved, must understand this. You cannot force what is not ready. You cannot chain what is not willing. You cannot beg for what was meant to come freely. To do so would only crush your spirit. More, I know you feel abandoned. I know you feel like someone else has stolen what should have been yours. But hear me, no one can steal what heaven has assigned. No one can take your place in destiny if another stands beside them now. It is not because you are unworthy. It is because their soul is still learning. It is because their heart is still searching. It is because timing is not yet aligned, and so you wait in a valley that feels endless. You ache in a silence that feels cruel. You cry in a night that feels without stars. But even here, you are not alone. Even here, angels surround you. Even here, light pours over you unseen. Even here, your prayers rise like fire to the throne of heaven. Do not measure your worth by where your soulmate rests their head tonight. Do not measure your beauty by who they choose to stand beside today. Do not measure your destiny by the doors that are closed in your face now. For destiny is patient. Destiny is not erased by detours. Destiny is not destroyed by delay. The bond that was written in eternity cannot be erased by temporary choices. The love that was whispered into your soul before your birth cannot be buried by human confusion. The path may bend, but it does not vanish. You must hold on to this truth with both hands when the darkness tells you otherwise. Your soulmate choosing someone else today does not mean they will always choose someone else tomorrow. Your soulmate being afraid today does not mean they will always be afraid tomorrow. Your soulmate walking another way now does not mean they will never return to the way that leads to you. But the truth I must tell you is this: sometimes what you call a soulmate is a soul teacher. Sometimes the one you ache for is the one who awakens you, not the one who stays. Sometimes the one who leaves is the one who was sent only to break open the walls of your heart so that real love could finally enter. And sometimes, beloved, what you think you cannot live without is only preparing you for what you truly cannot miss. Your soul will not be left empty. Your love will not be wasted. Your future will not be barren. Even if this person does not choose you, love will still find you. Even if this house is not yours, another will be. Even if this bed is not shared with them, your nights will not end in loneliness forever. Because love is bigger than one soul, one face. One name. Love is the breath of the divine flowing endlessly through creation. Love is the promise written into your being that you were made for connection. Love is the seed in you that no rejection can kill. You may feel like you are standing outside the window watching someone else live the life you dreamed of, but the truth is, your story is still being written inside a greater book. You may feel like time is slipping through your hands while they build a life elsewhere, but the truth is time bends for destiny, and no season is wasted. You may feel like you are forgotten in the shadows while they shine in the light of another, but the truth is, the divine eye never loses sight of you. Not for a moment, not for a breath, not for a heartbeat. And so I tell you now, lift your head even as your tears fall. Lift your heart even as it breaks. Lift your spirit even as it trembles. Because this is not the end. Because this pain will not last forever. Because this rejection will not define you. Because this loss will one day turn into understanding. And one day, whether with this soul or another, you will see why it had to be. This way, you will see that the delay was protection. You will see that the distance was preparation. You will see that the detour was direction. And you will see that love, true love, lasting love, divine love was never withheld from you. It was only waiting for its perfect time. I know your heart does not want to hear about patience. I know your soul is tired of waiting. I know you whisper to yourself that you have already waited too long. I know you wonder why heaven would give you such a deep love if it was never meant to be fulfilled, and I know the pain of seeing them smile with someone else while you stand in silence. But hear me, patience is not punishment. Patience is protection. Patience is preparation. Patience is the way the divine arranges all pieces so nothing is missing when the time is right. You look at them and you see a future that feels complete. But I see beyond what your eyes can see. I see their fears, their shadows, their hidden battles. I see the wounds that still bleed within them, though they cover them with smiles. I see the parts of them that are not yet ready to carry the weight of the love you bring. And I tell you this, if they had chosen you now in their brokenness, it would have crushed you both. If they had stepped into your arms without healing, it would have poisoned the very love you pray for. If they had run to you out of fear instead of freedom, the bond would have cracked beneath the pressure. So what feels like rejection is actually mercy. What feels like betrayal is actually delay for healing. What feels like abandonment is actually alignment. Do not curse the timing of heaven, for heaven does not withhold good things from you. Heaven only withholds what is not ready. What would wound you? What would fall apart too soon? I know you think the other person is taking your place. I know you imagine their laughter together, their nights together, their home together, and it pierces your chest. But I must tell you, appearances deceive. What looks stable may be fragile. What looks joyful may be empty. What looks like union may be only fear dressed as love. Do not envy what is not yours. Do not chase what is not offered freely. Do not lower yourself to beg for crumbs when heaven has prepared a feast for you. Your soul is royal. Your love is sacred. Your worth is unshakable. And anyone who chooses not to see that is blinded, not by your lack, but by their own wounds. Sometimes your soulmate chooses someone else because they cannot face the depth of what they feel for you. Sometimes they run to another because they are not ready to be undone by the truth of your bond. Sometimes they hide in comfort because true love feels too overwhelming for their unhealed heart, and so you are left in the silence. But hear me, this silence is not empty. This silence is filled with divine work. This silence is filled with unseen rearrangements. This silence is filled with lessons that will shape you into someone even stronger, even more radiant, even more whole. You may not see it now, but the loneliness you endure is watering seeds in your soul. You are growing strength you never thought you had. You are learning surrender you never wanted to learn but desperately need. You are discovering that your heart beats not only because of them, but because of the life force within you. And when the time is right, this strength, this surrender, this discovery will make your love story unshakable. Your soulmate may walk away, but your destiny will not walk away from you. Your soulmate may delay, but your blessings will not delay forever. Your soulmate may choose another home, but your future will still welcome you with open doors. You think you are being left behind, but in truth, you are being lifted higher. You think you are being replaced, but in truth, You are being refined. You think you are losing, but in truth, you are being prepared to receive what you cannot yet imagine. Child of eternity, your love is not small. It is vast. It is fierce. It is eternal. That is why it feels like your chest cannot contain it. That is why it feels unbearable to carry alone. But I tell you, you are not carrying it alone. Every tear is counted. Every sigh is heard. Every cry in the night is gathered and answered in ways you cannot yet see. So do not despair when they choose another for now. Do not collapse when the picture in your mind does not yet match your reality. Do not give up on love just because this moment feels cruel. For love is coming, for truth is coming, for alignment is coming, and nothing, not even their fear, not even their choice, not even this delay, can stop what heaven has written for you. There are many who miss their blessings because they confuse delay with denial. Do not be one of them. Hold on to the truth even when your eyes see the opposite. I see you lying awake at night, turning questions over and over in your mind. You wonder if you were not enough. You wonder if you loved too much or too little. You wonder if you made mistakes that pushed them away. You wonder if someone else is giving them what you could not. And I tell you this, your worth is not measured by their choice. Your love is not diminished because they cannot receive it. Your beauty is not erased because they look at another. Your value is not reduced because they walk away. You were never meant to beg for love. You were never meant to shrink yourself to be chosen. You were never meant to compete for what was already yours in spirit. Your soul carries a light that cannot be dimmed by rejection. Your heart carries a fire that cannot be stolen by another. And your destiny carries a promise that cannot be broken by delay. Yes, they may sleep beside another tonight. Yes, they may laugh with another today. Yes, they may build walls to keep you out for now. But that does not mean you are forgotten. That does not mean your love was wasted. That does not mean heaven has abandoned you for every choice they make. The divine already knew for every step they take. The divine already accounted for every detour they walk. The divine already wove it into the story that leads you to where you belong. You must remember that free will is real. They may choose the longer road. They may choose the safer road. They may choose the wrong road for a season, but destiny bends even the wrong road back toward the truth. Love does not die because of delay. Connection does not vanish because of silence. Union does not dissolve because of distance. What was written in eternity cannot be erased by temporary choices. And so while they wander, you must grow while they delay. You must heal while they hide. You must shine. Do not let their choice imprison you in sorrow. Do not let their absence chain you to despair. Do not let their fear become your cage, for you are not a prisoner of their decisions. You are free, free to grow, free to rise, free to discover who you are beyond this longing, and in that freedom, your light becomes unshakable, your love becomes deeper, truer, purer, your spirit becomes strong enough to hold the union when it finally comes. Many believe that waiting is passive. But waiting is powerful. Waiting is not standing still, it is growing roots. Waiting is not empty, it is preparation. Waiting is not wasted, it is transformation. The caterpillar waits before it flies. The seed waits before it blossoms. The dawn waits before it breaks the night. And you, beloved, are in your sacred waiting. It hurts, yes, but it is holy. It aches, yes, but it is shaping you. It feels endless, yes, but it is aligning you. So do not despise the waiting. Do not curse the silence. Do not reject the lessons hidden in this valley, for the valley is where strength is forged, for the silence is where clarity is born, for the ache is where faith is purified. Your soulmate may choose another, but you can still choose yourself. You can still choose to honor your worth. You can still choose to walk in dignity. You can still choose to hold your crown even when you feel unseen, and when you do, your energy changes. You no longer beg for love, you embody it. You no longer chase what runs, you attract what belongs. You no longer grasp out of fear, you open with trust, and in that opening, destiny moves, and in that energy, doors unlock, and in that surrender, love comes in ways beyond what you imagined. Perhaps they will return when they are ready. Perhaps they will awaken when they see the truth of what you always were. Perhaps their path will bend back to you when they realize the other cannot fill the place you were meant to fill. And if they do, you will not meet them as the broken version of yourself that waited in pain. You will meet them as the whole, radiant, strong version of yourself that chose to grow. But perhaps they will not return. Perhaps they will continue on another path. Perhaps their fear will chain them forever. And if that happens, beloved, you will not be empty, because love will still find you, because destiny will still bless you, because heaven will still fulfill you. No matter what choice they make, you are not left without love. You are not left without a future. You are not left without a promise. The hand of the divine writes your story, not the hand of your soulmate. Their delay cannot erase your destiny. Their rejection cannot cancel your blessing. Their fear cannot undo your truth. So breathe this in. You are still chosen. You are still loved. You are still worthy. And even now, even here, even in this ache, you are being led to the place where your soul will finally rest in the arms that were always meant for you. I know there are days you do not want to rise from your bed. I know there are mornings when the thought of them with another steals your breath. I know there are nights when the silence of your room feels heavier than the walls around you. And I know how deeply you ache for the sound of their voice, the warmth of their touch, the certainty of their choice. But I tell you, even in this emptiness, you are being held. Even in this sorrow, you are being carried. Even in this breaking, you are being rebuilt. The divine does not abandon you in the places where you feel most forsaken. The divine does not forget you in the hours when you feel most invisible. The divine does not punish you through their absence. The divine strengthens you through the waiting, purifies you through the longing, and heals you through the silence. And though you do not see it, every tear you cry waters a future you cannot yet imagine. Every ache you feel is shaping a capacity for love that will one day overflow. Every lonely night is chiseling away the doubts that once made you believe you were not enough. Your soulmate may choose another roof, another table, another embrace for now. But your life is not paused because of their decision. Your journey does not stop because they walk away. Your story does not collapse because they cannot stand beside you. No, beloved, your story continues. Your steps still matter. Your dreams still matter. Your heart still matters. And though their absence may echo loudly, your purpose speaks louder still. Do not waste your life watching from afar, waiting for them to return. Do not put your joy on hold until they wake up to what you always knew. Do not let the days slip by while you stand at the window of their choices. Live, rise, create, become, because in becoming, you shift the very energy that surrounds you. Because in rising, you call forth what belongs to you. Because in living fully, you remind the universe that you are ready for love that is full, not half, steady, not temporary, true, not counterfeit. And if they are truly your soulmate, nothing will keep them away when their soul is ready. But if they are only a teacher, then you will have grown strong enough to release them without bitterness. Either way, you do not lose. Either way, you do not end in emptiness. Either way, love still wins. But I know what you long to hear. I know you want me to say they will return. I know you want me to say they will realize their mistake. I know you want me to promise their arms will one day hold only you. And I tell you this, sometimes they do return, and sometimes they do not. But the miracle is this: you will not need them to complete you when you have completed yourself, and when you are whole. The love that comes to you, whether through them or through another, will not be fragile, will not be shallow, will not be temporary. It will be lasting. It will be safe. It will be sacred. For heaven does not give you crumbs after you have starved in longing. Heaven gives you the feast when you are ready to eat without fear. So let your heart rest. Let your tears fall. Let your spirit grieve what feels like loss. But do not let despair make a home in you. Do not let sorrow be the final voice you hear. Do not let the story end in heartbreak, Because your story does not end here. Your love does not end here. Your destiny does not end here. What feels like an ending is only a turning page. What feels like rejection is only a redirection. What feels like silence is only the pause before the music begins again. One day, beloved, you will look back and understand why this moment hurt so much and healed so deeply. You will see that every lonely night was carrying you closer to joy. You will see that every unanswered prayer was being answered in ways beyond your understanding. You will see that the waiting was not empty, it was sacred, and you will thank the very silence you once cursed, because it led you to love that did not leave. So walk gently with yourself now, speak kindly to your heart, hold yourself the way you wish they would hold you, for in doing so, you create the love you long to receive, and in that vibration, nothing can stop what is meant for you from finding you. Not their choice, not their fear, not their delay, not even their absence. Love is coming. Beloved, love is coming, and it will not pass you by. I know you feel tired of being strong. I know you whisper in the dark that you cannot take one more day of this waiting. I know you feel like life has given joy to everyone else and left you standing alone in the shadows. But I tell you, you are not forgotten. You are not last. You are not left behind. Your path looks different because it is being written with greater intention. Your love feels delayed because it is being shaped to last, not to break. Your soulmate may not stand with you now, but that does not mean love is denied to you forever. The divine has not written rejection into your story. The divine has written redemption, restoration, and rejoicing. Do not measure your tomorrow by the pain of today. Do not measure your destiny by the absence of another. Do not measure your worth by the blindness of those who cannot see you yet. For what is meant will always find a way. For who is meant will always find their place. For the love that belongs to you will never be lost. Yes, your soulmate may walk with another now. Yes, they may choose a house that is not yours, a table that is not set for you, a path that feels unfair. But destiny is not unraveled by temporary choices. Love is not erased by human delay. Truth is not buried by fear. Even if they do not return, the love that flows toward you cannot be stopped. Even if their free will keeps them from you, the divine will still send love that matches your heart, because you were not made for loneliness, because you were not created for half love, because you were not designed to beg at the door of someone else's choice. You were created to be loved fully. You were created to be seen clearly. You were created to be chosen freely, and what the divine has written cannot be stolen by another. So breathe, beloved. Breathe through the ache. Breathe through the waiting. Breathe through the doubt your breath keeps you connected to the life that is still unfolding for you. You may not see the full picture now, but every brushstroke matters. You may not understand the silence now, but every pause is purposeful. You may not feel strong now, but strength is being carved into you with every heartbeat. Do not think the divine is cruel because love has not come in the way you expected. The divine is kind beyond measure, and that kindness means only the best is prepared for you. Would you settle for a broken love? Would you settle for a fearful bond? Would you settle for a fragile connection that could not hold you? Know your soul longs for more, and that is why the journey feels long, because what is being prepared for you is greater than quick comfort, greater than shallow affection, greater than temporary company. What is being prepared for you is lasting love, and lasting love requires lasting foundations. So let them choose what they will choose. Let them walk where they will walk. Let them stay where they will stay. You do not need to chase. You do not need to beg. You do not need to prove yourself worthy. You are already worthy. You are already chosen. You are already whole, and when the right time comes, whether it is with this soulmate or with another soul equally aligned, you will not have to fight for your place. You will not have to question your worth. You will not have to sit in silence wondering why love passed you by, because it will not pass you by. It cannot pass you by. It is written into the very fabric of who you are. It is promised in the eternal song that surrounds your spirit, and one day, soon or far, you will wake up and realize the wait was worth it. You will rise and feel joy where sorrow once lived. You will stand in the light of a love that does not leave, and you will know that every tear, every night, every ache was not in vain. So hold on, beloved, hold on to faith, hold on to hope, hold on to love. Even when love feels far away, because it is not gone, it is not lost, it is only waiting for its perfect time, and when it comes, it will come in fullness, and when it stays, it will stay in truth, and when it holds you, it will hold you forever. You are not forgotten, you are not unloved, you are not left behind. You are simply being guided to the moment when love will finally stay. I know your heart feels weary from hearing promises that have not yet appeared. I know your spirit feels heavy from carrying a love that has no home to rest in. I know your mind wrestles with doubt, asking again and again why this bond feels real if reality looks so different. And I tell you, beloved, your love is not madness. Your connection is not illusion. Your longing is not weakness. Your soul recognizes what the eyes cannot yet see. Your spirit remembers what time has not yet revealed. Your heart aches not because you are wrong, but because you are ahead of the moment, and that is why the waiting feels unbearable, because your soul already tastes what your hands cannot hold. But listen to me now, child of eternity. Waiting does not mean losing. Waiting does not mean rejection. Waiting does not mean love will never arrive. Waiting simply means the soil is not yet ready for the seed to bloom. Waiting simply means the bridge is still being built between your path. And there's waiting simply means the divine is aligning what cannot be rushed, and though you do not see it, there is movement in the unseen. There is healing unfolding in places you cannot touch. There are lessons being learned in hearts you cannot reach. There are doors being prepared to open at a time you cannot predict, so trust that the unseen is not empty. Trust that silence is not abandonment. Trust that the ache itself is proof of something sacred. Do not let bitterness take root in you while you wait. Do not let jealousy poison your spirit when you see them with another. Do not let despair whisper that love has forgotten you. You are seen, you are cherished, you are loved beyond measure, and even now, angels surround you, holding your spirit when it feels like breaking. Even now, light pours into the cracks of your heart, though you cannot feel its warmth yet. Even now, your story is still moving forward, though it feels like you are standing still. Yes, they may walk beside another today. Yes, they may choose comfort over truth right now. Yes, they may hide from the depth of your connection for a season, but seasons do not last forever. Winter turns to spring, night turns to dawn, distance turns to reunion or release, and no matter which path unfolds, you will not be left empty, for if they awaken, they will return to you with clarity, and if they do not, another soul will rise to meet you with love that does not leave. Either way, love is waiting ahead of you, not behind you. Either way, destiny is guiding you, not abandoning you. Either way, your story is leading you to union, not loneliness. So lift your head, even with tears in your eyes. So breathe, even when your chest feels heavy. So hope, even when hope feels fragile, because your hope is not wasted, because your tears are not unnoticed, because your love is not in vain. One day you will see with your own eyes what your soul already knows, that you were always meant to be loved deeply, that you were always meant to be chosen freely, that you were always meant to be held without fear. And when that day comes, this season will no longer be a wound. It will be a testimony. It will be the proof that even when you thought you were forgotten, heaven was working. It will be the reminder that love always finds its way to the heart that does not give up. So keep walking, beloved, keep believing, keep loving, even if they choose another today. Do not let that choice steal tomorrow's promise from you. Love is still coming. Love is still near. Love is still yours.